Assalamualaikum dear students, hope you are healthy and hearty. Welcome to NIEVS Homeschool. This is Fatema Sabrin Shikha, Assistant Teacher of English, National Ideal English Version School Morning Shift. Today I am going to take English second paper class for the students of class 6 on the topic article. Students, this is our second part. I am repeating, today our topic is article part 2. This is our 6th lecture and 5th homework. I'm repeating, this is our 6th lecture and 5th homework. Students, please take your notebook and writing elements. We'll practice article. In your earlier class, you have learned about article, that means indefinite article a or am. And today we are going to learn about definite article the. So let's start our discussion. Students, you know what is article, and we can divide article into two parts. If we divide article, we will find indefinite article and definite article. And indefinite articles are a or an, and definite article is the. Students, you have learned about indefinite article or a and am in your earlier class. That's why I'm not going to talk about indefinite article. As it is our part 2 of article, I'm going to discuss about definite article. So do you know what is definite article? Definite article is the indicator when we want to mention someone or something specifically, or we want to mention that thing which has no alternative. It is called definite article, and we use the as definite article. And today I'm going to talk about the uses of the. So first rule is we use the when we refer to something for the second time. I'm repeating, we use the when we refer to something for the second time. For example, this is Asma Ahmed's bedroom. The room is very neatly made. Look, in this example, we say this is Asma Ahmed's bedroom. Here we mention for the first time about Asma Ahmed's room. And in second line, room is very neatly made. So we have to use article, and it must be the, because the room is mentioned first time in first line, and in second line it is for the second time. So that's why we use the here. It is specific. Number 2, we also use the to refer to something that has no alternative. We know such things that has no alternative, and if we find such words or things, we have to say or use the before those words. For example, we can say the sky, the earth, the moon, etc. So there is only one sky, we know, and it is boundless, so we have to use the before this word. And the earth or universe, the moon, the sun, all these are only one in this world. So that's why we have to use the before these words. Rule number 3, while referring to the names of journals and newspapers, we have to use the. I'm repeating, while referring to the names of journals and newspapers, we have to use article the, because these journals and newspapers are definite, identified. That's why we have to use article the. For example, we can say the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, the Daily Star, etc. Students, look carefully here. The word New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Daily Star, they are in capital letters. So every famous thing or the names of journals or newspapers will be in capital letter. And if you find such things, you can use the. And rule number 4, to refer to classics and holy books, we have to use the article the must be used to refer the classics and holy books. For example, we can say Ramayana, Holy Quran, Iliad. So before these words we have to use article the. Next rule, we use the before singular designation. So if we want to mention any designation and it is in singular, we can use article the. And for example, we can say the president, the prime minister, the headmaster, etc. So we have this designation. We use this to identify the person, or one person, or only a person with this designation, and that's why we have to use article the. Next rule, before the names of rivers, oceans, seas, points on the globe, deserts, forests, etc. If we find such words in our daily life or in our reading or writing, we can use or say the before these words. For example, the Nile is a name of river. The Pacific, this is ocean. The equator, the North Pole, the Sahara, the Black Forest, etc. So if we find such names of rivers, oceans, seas, points on the globe, deserts, or forests, we have to use the before these words. And look here, Nile, Pacific, equator, North Pole, Sahara, Black Forest, all these are also in capital letters because they are famous and they are identified. So that's why if we find such words with capital letter, we can easily use article the. Next rule, the is used before superlative degree and collective noun. I'm repeating, the is used before superlative degree and collective noun. Students, do you know what is superlative degree? Superlative degree means we find two kinds of degree: positive, comparative, and superlative. If we say good, good is positive, better, best. I'm writing on board, look. Good, better, better, and best. So this is positive, this is comparative, and this is superlative. So if we find the superlative form of adjective, then we have to use the before the word. Best is superlative form of adjective, and we have to use the before this word. So like this, if we say about collective noun, look here, we say that is used before superlative degree and collective noun. So do you know what is collective noun? We can say army. We can say army, navy, police, such words. So before these words, they are collective nouns. So before these words, we have to use article the. So that's why we are saying if we find the superlative form of adjective or collective noun, we have to use the article the. And for example, we can say he is the best boy in the class, the army, the police, etc. So here best is superlative, army, police, they are collective noun, and that's why we use the before all these words. Last point, before date we use article the. So for example, we can say the 10th of November, the 21st February, etc. So if we write or mention any date, before those mentioned date we have to use article the. Students, that's for today's lesson, and you will get more rules about the article the, and in your next class or upper classes gradually you will be able to learn about more uses of article a and the, and you will learn the omission of articles. But for class 6 it's enough for you to learn these rules. Students, I hope you are able to understand these rules as you have learned this in your earlier classes. Now it's time to provide your exercise or homework. Your homework will be given exercise, and here I have written some sentences for you, and you have to use a, and, or the in the given gaps. First, number A, Narayanganj is dash Dandi of Bangladesh. So, can you guess which one will be correct here? Which article will be here? A, N, or the? Look here, I have written Dandi of Bangladesh, and it is in capital letter. So I hope you can guess which one A or N will be in this gap. And number B, he is dash unwise man. You can see the word unwise, and I hope you can guess what you have to write in the gap. Number C, I read dash Holy Quran every morning. As we have discussed about this, you can find the answer from today's lecture, Holy Quran. This Quran is in capital letter. Number D, she is driving dash car. I hope you also able to write this answer. Number E, always speak dash truth. Number F, the Pacific is dash deepest ocean. Number G, the king left dash here. Number H, dash sun rises in the east. The sun is only one, there is no alternative. And look, the word H-E-I-R, the pronunciation is air. H must be in silent position. So there's based on the pronunciation, you have to use article in number G. So students, I hope you can understand how you have to write in the gaps, and you can take help from your lecture 5 and today's lecture while doing this exercise. And if you feel any problem, you can contact me, or you can ask while it is the time of live class. So you have to do this given exercise as your homework in your SW copy, and don't forget to write the lecture number and homework number at the top of the corner of your copy with date. Our lecture number is 6 and homework number is 5. Students, you have to do your homework and have to submit your homework copies on every Saturday. Guardians or anyone else can come to school and can submit your homework copies, and you will get returned your copies on next Saturday. That's all for today. Hope you have understood today's topic. Keep practicing at home and abide by your parents. Stay well and see you again. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.